Two men are in custody this morning suspected in a supermarket robbery that led to a SWAT standoff. Police and fire crews are working to clean up the remnants of the small plane you can see behind me after the pilot crashed during an emergency landing he had to make after having some engine problems. Now, if you take a look behind me, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The plane is completely flipped upside down. Now, this isn't Miller's first offense. According to officials, he's actually a very violent criminal and was out on bond for another murder when he shot and killed the stranger. Now, take a look at this. This is what some residents are saying they woke up to in their drinking water early this morning, and many of them are outraged, saying their water company isn't doing much to help. He's accused of exposing himself to people on a metro train, including a child. Protesters are gathered outside in the rain today after a grand jury decided not to indict police officer Darren Wilson following his shooting and killing of unarmed black teenager Michael Brown. What I'm holding in my hand is a gauze that has a narcotic odor on it, and what I'm going to do is plant it in the front of this truck here and see if our canine friend can find it. Over 200 horses have been seized from a Conroe horse breeding facility after allegations of abuse, neglect, and malnourishment have surfaced. Our furry friend King Louie here isn't new to doggy competitions. For this champ, the contest should be a walk in the park. For these inmates, chopping wood isn't just about the hard work. It allows them the chance to give back and reintegrate into the community. Well, today marks the first full day of fall, and with fall comes lots of neat things like the leaves changing colors and Thanksgiving. Detectives say when they visited Levin's home, they found tons of child pornographic evidence on about 700 VHS tapes, hundreds of DVDs and pictures, and over 80,000 images on his computer. Here's where that high-speed police chase is suspected to have begun. Partygoers tell us that at a party at the home behind me late last night, two unknown men ran into the home with guns, stole a safe, and fled the scene. Early this morning, a fire erupted on a barge carrying over 1 million gallons of a highly flammable chemical, and if you take a look right behind me, you can see crews are still hard at work hours later, spraying water onto the scene, hoping to dilute the mess. A wanted sex offender from Ohio has been arrested right here in Flagstaff. Over 200 horses have been seized from a Conroe horse breeding facility after allegations of abuse, neglect, and malnourishment have surfaced. And a few brave employees who are speaking out say it's been going on for years.
Most of them are emaciated. Their tailbones are sticking out, their rib bones, their backbone. You name it, you can count every bone on their body.
For many, this was a hard scene to stomach. A 3-month-old colt struggling to walk. Another limping across the field. This one collapsing to the ground in the heat, needing an IV in over an hour's time to stand again.
They said he probably doesn't have a chance. He died within a few hours.
This morning, dozens from the Houston SPCA and local volunteers stormed the ranch to provide medical assessments and save those left with a fighting chance.
I mean, this is no small undertaking by any stretch of the imagination, but we're working through it.
This all boils down to what's best for the animals.
But former employees say the mistreatment of these animals has taken place for years, and when ranch owners force them to partake in the activity, they quit.
In my mind, I'm like, this isn't right.
Christopher Keith says around 30 horses have died under the care of the ranch owners, and he was often told to transport these bodies to what was known as the boneyard.
We were told, tarp it up, make sure no one can see what it is. They're just taking them out there and dumping them in this little wood grove on this other guy's property.
Last night, the owners Herman and Kathleen Hoffman were arrested facing multiple counts of animal neglect. The pair told KPRC on the phone that it was the employees, not themselves, who were abusing the animals, saying, quote, "They did not do what they were told. They did not feed the animals they were told. They were lying to us." The SPCA estimates it will cost $500,000 to properly care for the horses. Reporting in Conroe, Texas, Emani Payne, KPRC Channel 2 News.
Now take a look at this. This is what some residents are saying they woke up to in their drinking water early this morning, and many of them are outraged, saying their water company isn't doing much to help.
Vicious, poisonous bloodworms. It's not what you'd expect to see flowing from your faucet.
It's outrageous. I just can't get past that. We live in this day and age, and this has happened.
This mother of four was running water for her daughter's bath when she saw the worms and stopped her daughter from getting in.
To think I was about to get in the water and like take a shower, I would have little red bugs crawling around in my hair.
Some Winfrey residents who have been constantly drinking the contaminated water aren't so lucky.
I'm not feeling well, no. I hadn't felt good probably for about a month in the stomach, and I talked to 2 other neighbors that's been sick too.
Residents say they called their water company multiple times for help, but are getting the runaround.
And this is who residents are saying is responsible for that venomous drinking water that they have, but the company is saying something different.
J&S Water Company released this statement to Channel 2 saying, quote, "We tested all samples in the system but have not found any evidence of bloodworms. We flushed the system, ran chlorinated water through it, and issued a boil water notice in the interest of protecting the public." Officials say they are making a trip to collect more samples by the end of the week. In the meantime, the city is providing fresh water and showers for the residents until the problem has been resolved. Reporting from Winfrey, Emani Payne, KPRC, Channel 2 News. One man in custody and another at large in southwest Houston after taking police on a high-speed chase spanning 2 counties early Tuesday morning.
Here's where that high-speed police chase is suspected to have begun. Partygoers tell us that at a party at the home behind me late last night, 2 unknown men ran into the home with guns, stole a safe, and fled the scene. And this morning, one suspect remains at large in the area, and he's believed to be armed and dangerous.
We're scared. We're petrified.
Police cars and caution tape. It's not how these Katy area teens expected to be kicking off their summer vacation.
We all just got on the ground. We didn't have any boys to protect us. We didn't have any guns. We didn't have weapons in the house.
Cinco Ranch resident Nimra Bano says she put up a fight when suspects ran into her home, threatened her guest with guns, and spent about 20 minutes casing the house before stealing her mom's safe and fleeing the scene.
I started screaming and I got in front of the car and the guy almost ran me over.
Investigators are looking into the second suspect's whereabouts as well as the details of the incident.
So we're trying to figure out exactly how they knew each other or if they knew each other and how they, got into the house and what led up to this aggravated robbery.
Reporting in Katy, Texas, Emani Payne, KPRC, Channel 2 News.